So I'm going to try to do a few makeup videos this month, seeing as it's February. I talked about this in my Monday video, that I want to try to do some makeup videos like pink theme, do a couple of different pink videos. I have a special one planned next week with my friend Andy. We're going to do a Valentine's Day look, and then I wanted to do some other pink inspired makeup looks. I've got some fun skincare stuff I want to do this month. But also the reason that I wanted to do another makeup video is that some new makeup brushes came out that I wanted to talk about. First of all, I'm using the Alima Pure Smooth and Prime just on the areas of my face that have like the biggest pores. So I do it mostly around like my nose, my cheeks, my forehead, because that's where I have the biggest pores, and I try to like fill them in just a little. It's not like a totally pore filling primer, but it does help. So the brushes that I want to talk about today are the newest launch from MOTD Cosmetics. They do vegan makeup brushes, and they've just released 7. I guess I could have taken them out of the package first, but I don't think that far ahead sometimes. So they've just released 7 new eye brushes. They call this, I think it's I'm not exactly sure what they're calling this set. I thought there was a paper that came in it that told me, but it didn't. I think it's like EYE something. I'm so bad at this. Like, how am I a blogger? I don't know. But yeah, I've been really loving their brushes. I use their face brushes. Mostly I use their eye brushes because I really like them. They're really good quality. They're really soft. They're really affordable. So yeah, they've just released this 7-piece collection, which I'll go ahead and link down below. It comes with the Masterpiece Crease. So it's like a pencil crease brush. Then there is the Seamless Sheer Blend, which is sort of like not a super dense fluffy brush, but it's like a nice blending brush. Under the Covers, which you can use for concealer or you can use like as a cut crease, which I've never done, but I know that exists and people do it. Then there's the Build and Blend, which is the kind of brush that I like to use and I gravitate to a lot. It's just like it's the same shape as this other one. Let me put some of these down. As the Seamless Sheer and Blend, but it's denser, so it's got more give. There's the Brow Chicka Wow, which is a brow product, obviously. The Sultry Smudge, which is, they have another smudge one, but this is, I think, a fluffier smudge brush. And then the Come Through Contour, which is like an angled, that you can use for like outer corner, crease work. I don't know. So I'm going to use a few of these. I'm not going to use all of them today, but I'm going to use a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're all here. I'm going to use a few of these in today's eye look. For the face portion of my face, the foundation portion of my face. My cat's being a crazy psycho today. I'm going to use the Alima Pure foundation, just the powder foundation. I really like this powder foundation. It's got really good coverage. I'm going to use the Alima Pure brush. I went ahead and bought this, I think over Black Friday. It's their foundation brush. It's like a kabuki basically shape with a long handle. I was just using a regular kabuki, but I went ahead and picked this one up. I think I inhaled a little. Don't talk and put makeup on at the same time. And just for reference, my shade is Neutral 3. So as you hopefully saw, this foundation gives pretty good coverage, and it's very easily buildable. I really like it. It looks very natural. It feels good on the face. And now that I finally I found a color that works for me, I tried Alima Pure very early on. When I first went green, I picked a couple of their samples up and I didn't pick the right colors, so I just wasn't a fan. But now that I found the right color foundation, it works better. I'm also going to use the concealer Linen underneath my eyes. It's just their powder. I'm going to kill my cat. If she wakes my baby up, I swear to Christ, you're finding a new home. Anybody want a cat? So yeah, this one's Linen. My foundation shade, like I said, is Neutral 3, and then my concealer shade is Linen. So I'm just going to do this underneath and around the eyes a little bit. I am going to use an eye primer, but I like to sort of cancel out, or try to at least, conceal the veininess of my eyes. My eyes are really veiny. And again, the concealer actually I think has pretty decent coverage too. If I wanted like a more full coverage, I would pull out the cream concealer or use like my Fit Glow or something, but I was fine with just sort of like a, like natural powder concealer today. I like the way it looks. Looks good. So my plan is to play with the Aether Beauty palette. I've never played with this on camera. I actually haven't played with it off camera either. I've had it for a little while. It's so pretty, like I'm afraid to touch it. I don't even want to like touch it and disturb it. But so then I've got a blush. So I'm doing like a pretty pink look today. So I have the blush in Honey Rose, and then I have the highlighter in Rose Gold. So I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the blush and highlighter first, just so they're done. So this is the first time I'm using this blush, so hopefully it's a decent color. I mean, it's pretty. It's the kind of color that I gravitate to, so I'm sure that I'll like it. I also have this funky new blush brush. I think it's blush. I think you could use it for blush. I bought some new brushes. I was at Ulta picking up something specific, and then I saw these from Real Techniques was like buy one get one, so I was like, I'll try their funky new brushes. So we'll see how this works for blush. Because usually what I like to do is just make, ooh, this is pretty. I don't want to do too much. I don't want this to be too deep. I like to, like the apples in my cheeks, I like to make sure that there's some good pigment there. Wow, that was like barely any. I basically tapped everything off into the jar. So there was like hardly anything on the brush. So I'm just gonna blend it out with like a clean, fluffy brush, because that is all the pigment that I want. Oh, pfft. I just hit myself in the face with the other end. Yeah, that's pretty. Pretty, and you don't need a lot. Very pigmented. So then we're going to do the Rose Gold highlighter, which this is pretty. I've used this before too. I have this highlighter brush from Alima Pure. I bought a couple of their brushes, and I really like them. Might need not tap off so much. This is sort of like a pinky, hopefully, I'm trying to find not a glare, there's like a pinky highlight. So then I figured since I was going for like a pinky look, that this would work well. So I'm going to do a little bit down my nose. So there's that highlighter. Now let's play, oh, I forgot, brows. I always do brows before I do. I'm just using this Pacifica Stunning Brows. I thought about a brow pot, but I can't find the one that I was looking for. I need to figure out what I did with it and find it. So I'm just doing this so I could just be done quick. It's easy, it's quick, it matches. Can't ask for much else, especially when I'm losing light pretty quickly. I will go ahead and use that spoolie edge though, just to blend it into my brows better. So it has a spoolie end and then like a angled brow end. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of eye primer. This is the All Natural Face Magic Vegan Eye Primer. I'll go ahead and link it below. It's the most affordable one that I use. It works really well. I did actually pick up the Ilia eye primer because I wanted to test sort of like $7 eye primer versus, how much did I pay for that? I think it was like $24. I can't remember. I wanted to do like a comparison. Like, do you really need to spend $24 on an eye primer? Probably not. Okay, so I think what I want to do is just do like a really simple sort of pink smoky eye. I've lost a bunch of light in here, so I can't really see a lot. So I think what I want to do, I can't tell what's matte in here and what has shimmer. I think I might go in with a little bit of, I'm going to take this Seamless Sheer Blend because I want to do like a light hand of Scorpio. It's sort of like a deep mauve, I guess. It's like a dark, it's like this one right here. So I want to just go in, not do too much, but I want to deepen up the crease a little. There's 4 mattes in this one. The other palette is actually, there's no mattes at all. It's all shimmers and glitters. There's 4 glitters in this one. These 4 centers are glitter colors, so I might actually do, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I might do this one. I'm not sure. I didn't go into this with any kind of plan. I was just like, I want to use the Aether Beauty palette. I want to use my new brushes. I don't know what else I want to do. I should go over my whole eye with this actually, and not just the crease. But what was I saying? Yeah, the other palette, it's the blue palette. This one is the rose, what is it called? The Rose Quartz Crystal palette. I forget what the other one is called. But that one has no mattes at all. And I know she's working on a warm toned version of the Rose Quartz palette because this is pretty cool toned. I like warm and cool toned. I really don't have like an issue using either one. But some people like more warm toned eyeshadows. Some people like only cool tone eyeshadows, but she's working on a warm toned version of this palette for April, which is exciting. I do like my warm tone. I like oranges and browns, and but I also like my grays and my, you know, pinks and things like that. So I hope that that one has a couple of mattes in it because the other one doesn't. But what's also exciting is the Aether Beauty palettes are now available pretty much like everywhere. They launched on the Detox Market. They're at Beauty Heroes. Credo has them. So yeah, I'm just deepening. I'm making my eye gradually pretty deep all over because this is the only pinky matte shade. And then I'll sort of like I'll figure out what I want to do with the rest of my eye once I've deepened this up exactly how I wish to. But yeah, they're like all over the place. So yeah, if you haven't checked these out yet, I would look at them on Beauty Heroes. I'm going to link them below to all the places I know that they're available. They're sort of like all over the place. Their Zero Waste palette, which I think is pretty awesome. I thought someone was going to turn into my driveway for a minute. There's Zero Waste. There's no mirror. There's no magnetic closure. It's just you take the pans out once you're done, clean them out, and then you recycle everything, which is pretty cool. The elastic you can remove and use as like a hair tie or something is what she says. I mean, I probably won't, but you could. Am I doing a good job? I don't know. It's debatable. So hard to tell when it's dark in here and you really can't see what the heck you're doing. You know, the good thing about it moving closer to summer is there's more light for longer, but yeah, when you start filming towards the end of the day, I mean, you're going to lose light eventually. So I'm also going to go ahead and take, I think I like the way that this looks now, and I'm just going to do, I think, one of those shimmers on top of it. I'm going to do a pretty simple eye look. I'm not going to get super complicated with this today, and then I can come back and play with it again some other time. But I'm going to take that same shade on the Sultry Smudge brush, because I'm going to smudge that underneath my lash line. Sort of like a pink smoky eye, I guess, if you will. I don't know. Everything that I do is basically some version of a smoky eye, because that is all that I do. I love smoky colors. I love smoky eyes. That's just me. I do want to come back in here and play with like these gray colors, because I could sort of recreate a look that I've done using this palette that is like I've done with some Red Apple lipstick shades. Like I could go in with this brown shade, the gray, the light gray, dark gray, and then this like metallic gray. I think that'll be really pretty. So I think I'm going to come back at some point and do that. But I wanted to do just like a simple eye look for today. Alright, I think I like that. Okay, then I'm just going to go in with this metallic. Let's see, how metallic is it? Yeah, we'll just go ahead, pop that on top, just on like the lid area. I could probably zoom you in a little, just so you can sort of see the detail of this better. Okay, I think for that, that's all I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to pop a little of, okay, so that metallic shade is Aura. Where is it? There it is. Is that it? No, that's not. That's a gold. Doesn't even look... Is that gold? Oh, it's like a red. I don't know. I use this one, which I think is Aura. Yeah, it's Aura. So I'm going to go in with Stardust just in the inner corners. I'm just going to pop a little. In with my finger. Just blend it a little. I'm sorry the lighting is not the greatest right now. I definitely will come back and do a proper video with this palette in some better light for sure. And now I'm just going to use the Organic Skin Co. Black Lash Mascara. just on my top lashes. I'm never sure what to do with my lips, so I think I'm just going to do a combination of these two shades that I have from the Organic Skin Co. I've got Summer Sand and Blossom. Blossom is like this deep hot pink, and then Sandstone is a little bit too light for me actually. So, or you know what? No, see, it's too light. I'm just going to do a little bit of that. And then I'm going to go in with Blossom to sort of darken it up a little. But I don't want it to be the full-on hot pink either, so I don't want to do too much. Okay, that's gonna have to be good enough because I'm very quickly running out of light in here. I will definitely have to come back and do another Aether Beauty palette, but I actually am really happy with the way that this turned out, even though the lighting is so crappy, but it's really pink and pretty, and I'll try to redo this during the week and then take better pictures of it since I can't really take pictures of it now. But it's like super pink, shiny, not too much, very like romantic-y, maybe. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.